I was having a midlife crisis today, and I just thought, you know what? Today would be a really great day to answer some of these questions on video. Because I am not in the greatest of moods, you know? Sometimes that Midwestern life does that to you. So here we go. Some of these I answered when I was living in Paris, and I was living a completely different life, okay? So my life now is not matching up with the life back then, so I cannot read this. I cannot disclose this information right now, or ever. Okay, I found a question that I kind of like the answer to. It's so me. How are you most similar and how are you most different from those in your family? And I say, I'm not traditional at all. I test the limits. Okay, Jenny, okay. Chill. It's true though, it is true though. So I definitely do think that I'm a lot different from my family. I am not as traditional as them. I think that they stick a little bit more to the life that my parents have shown them. And I'm talking about like my siblings, and I guess I could even talk about like other relatives, cousins and such. I think they are more representative of what a traditional Mexican family is like. I think that myself, I'm kind of a mix of cultures because I am Mexican, but I grew up here in the US, so there's another culture added on top of that. And growing up, I always saw so many cultures, and I loved seeing them, and I felt so attracted to them. And it gets to the point where I just learned so much about culture that I just love it, and I'm like fully enveloped in it. I want to learn their language. I start learning it, and then I start trying to, you know, learn how the actual culture works, how their food is made, how, I don't know, they like to knit their clothing, like textiles, etc. Like, I really go in because I love it and I'm so passionate about it. I have found yet another question that intrigued me a lot. So it says, it's your final year of school in your hometown. In general, where do people go next and what do they do? Is that what you did? Why or why not? And I just wrote, factories. No, I have no desire to work there. Smiley face. So brutal. Jeez, what's wrong? Come on, Jenny. Be a little happier. Everyone just goes to factories and I cannot. The closest job that I've had that's similar to working a factory job is a warehouse job, and it was very chill, but I did not like it for the long term. There's no way that I could have worked there for longer than what I worked. I worked there just for like 3 months. I'm super grateful for the job, but that's it. The next question, I found it. Okay, so you just got fired, broke off your engagement, and your dog died. God forbid. She's right there. God forbid. It's time to eat. What are your go-to comfort foods? What about them do you find comforting in times of stress and grief? Do you think you'd be able to find these abroad? My response, again, a very classic Jenny response. Bruh. Bruh. Last thing on my mind would be food, but chocolate abuelita o té de menta would be super good. And this is still true, honestly. If I had all of that happen, I would not want to eat, quite frankly. But if I really had to eat, it would be bread. Some type of sweet bread, like una concha, or like pan au chocolat. That one. That's like the perfect combination of chocolate, bread. Chef's kiss. I wasn't gonna read this one, but it's just so funny. Like, it just actually made me laugh. Like, I kind of cackled. List the topics that your family knows more about than the average family. I listed only 3. I said cooking and Adrian because he knows all. That's my younger brother. And last but not least, tragedy and trauma, LMAO. What in the world? In what ways do you notice your race? Are you aware of your race on a daily basis? And I said, yeah. If you don't know, I am Mexican American, aka just Mexican, but I was born in the US. Both my parents are from the same state in Mexico, and I love going there. It's the most beautiful place ever because my family's there, good food's there, memories are there, core memories. Besides my yeah, I wrote two things. I wrote Paris in a good way, and I said I'd be blending in because the diversity is crazy here. And it's true. Paris is such a melting pot. There are so many people from so many places, and that's something I adore about Paris. You can, you know, discover so many cultures there, and so many beautiful things are there to be seen.
I didn't even answer the question, but basically, since there were so many people in Paris from all over the world, they were constantly asking me where in the world I was from, so I was always talking about Mexico.
The next one I wrote was Kansas. I am a Midwestern girly, okay? Like, through and through. As much as I try to deny it, I can't. You know why? Because I was born in the Chicago area, and then I've lived in Kansas for like a fat minute, and then I lived in Texas. I've had my fair share of racist encounters. Those were not fun, those were not pleasant by any means, and I was about to throw hands, but I was like, nope, don't do it, don't do it. You're at work, you need to chill. So I just went and cried in my car. This is the way we deal with trauma, guys, by just crying, okay? So you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. Did I say that was my last question that I was answering? I don't know. But I love this book. It's so freaking good. Like, I just love all the questions. They're really thought-provoking. Well, that's all I have to say for the book as of right now. I finished this actually last year. When it first came out, I bought it. I went to the Shakespeare store in France. Let me show you. I went to the Shakespeare and Company store in France. It's a really cool bookstore. I really enjoy going there. If you ever have the chance to go, please go. Well, if you made it this far, you might as well subscribe because I will be posting more videos without a doubt.